welcome to Dandelion Dreams podcast. This is a knitting / farming podcast. My name is Julia Mason. If you've seen me before, hello, welcome back. And if this is your first episode, my husband and I live in Oregon in a rural little town with our 2 daughters. We raise sheep and I like to knit. So that's about all you need to know. The last couple of episodes, I've gone pretty in-depth into talking about our lambing season, and I don't have any lambing stories this week, so rest assured you can breathe easy if that bothers you. Yeah, I'm really thankful to have that over with. There's been a lot of good changes. That season's getting put behind us finally. It was a much harder year than it typically is, so I'm thankful to be sleeping again and yeah, just getting that all put behind us. I will probably talk a little bit about farming to begin with, and if you're not interested in that, you can skip ahead until I start showing knitting things, and then you'll know it's knitting time. So we had a goat kid and a lamb that were sick last time I podcasted, and I was talking about how I didn't really know if they were going to make it. They were doing pretty terrible, and I was pretty positive that they were not going to make it. By the time I had recorded last time, I was a little more hopeful, but still really not sure. And that was really stressful because you put a lot of emotional energy into a sick animal and caring for them, and a lot of physical energy. I mean, it's just a lot of work. They had to be fed bottles constantly just because you have to keep them hydrated, and they were scouring, which is like diarrhea basically. And initially it started because the ewe lamb, at first I thought maybe she had pneumonia just because she had a fever, and I couldn't really put my finger on where the infection was stemming from. But in hindsight, she had navel ill, which is basically an infection that enters through the umbilical area. And so we had treated with antibiotics, but and she improved, but it didn't completely kill the infection. She also, I think, just from getting a lot of formula or milk replacer. Cat, come here. Psst. Thank you. I gave her too rich of milk replacer initially because she wasn't used to that, and I think it either just agitated her stomach, or it might have caused a flaring up of a Clostridial bacteria. And her and the goat kid. So the goat kid had white muscle disease, which is a selenium deficiency, so we had to go to the vet to get a shot of selenium, and that was a miserable illness too. So anyways, they both ended up scouring. Both were very, very sick. I almost had Nicholas put the goat down at one point in time because he was so pathetic. But we kept doctoring them and never gave up on them, and they pulled through, and they're both doing really, really well, and they're both outside again with their moms. I'm still bottle feeding them. They're old enough now to be fed 3 times a day, so they just get to live outside. And the sheep for a little while was in the house because after she got over her scours, she got a swelling in one of her joints, which is joint ill, which is the secondary phase of navel ill. So that's when I figured out what was actually going on with her. And so we treated her with penicillin for 6 days, and they're all recovered. And she had been in the house wearing a diaper, and she'd jump on the couch and sit with me while I knitted, and Felicity would read books to her, and she named the sheep words. I don't know why. Little kids have funny imaginations. But yeah, so that was, it went from being a really, really stressful situation, just not knowing if they were going to die after putting all of that work into them, to then being a positive and victory, which was like, yes, thank goodness. And so they're both back outside, and hopefully I won't have too many more eventful farming things to talk about. Hopefully everything stays even keeled from here on out. And I'm trying to think if anything else has been going on. We're just getting ready for spring, looking forward to gardening. Things have been, the weather's been really erratic, warm, and then raining. Today it's raining. But yeah, everything's going good. I finally have a vehicle again. My husband has been using our vehicle for work for the last almost 4 months. So I've been either borrowing my mom's vehicle on occasion if I really need to go somewhere, or just staying home. So it'll be exciting to have a little freedom to go places during the day, and I am going to use that newfound freedom to take our fleeces to the mill, which is, I think, about 2 hours drive away. So that'll be an adventure to take 2 little kids on a 2-hour drive by myself. But I think it'll be exciting to get that wool milled and actually have yarns to try and see how they are. I'm really curious and excited to compare the Polypay to other commercial yarns. I think it will be a little toothier than the merino. It's fairly soft, but it's definitely more, I don't know, I think it's going to be more grippy and maybe good for color work. I don't know. We'll see. I have no idea. But I'm really excited and curious to try it. So that's pretty much, I think, all the farming things to talk about this week, or 2 weeks. And so I will jump right into knitting. I haven't actually accomplished that much. I do have a lot of exciting stash enhancements to show off. Really exciting things. But yeah, I haven't actually accomplished that much. I have knitted and frogged and re-knitted the same project several times. The thing that I have for finished objects is my mountain rain socks, and I am wearing them because I finally have both of them done. There's the one that I think that's the one I just finished, and there's my first one. My gauge is significantly tighter because I went from using very thin, flimsy bamboo needles to metal, so I can tighten up quite a bit more now. So that's kind of a bummer. It's not so noticeable. It's not like one of them is falling off or anything. And I wear them in my Tom's shoes because I don't want to walk around them in my socks in the house, just because we have dogs, and I don't want to ruin my socks with dog hair and grime. So, it's not that noticeable in your shoes. So yeah, I'm very happy with them. They're pretty. I guess I'll take one off to show. I did Afterthought Heel. These are the Mountain Rain sock pattern by Salapalooza Knits. Sorry for the dog and cat hair. So Afterthought Heels, which I like them. They're fun and they look so tidy and cute when you fold them in half. And then there's the beautiful pattern. Sorry, the cat is messing with the camera, as he will do. But yeah, I really like this pattern. I think it's very beautiful. It's really simple, not difficult. But yeah, it's deceptively simple because it looks really beautiful. So that was a fun knit. I actually had gotten them pretty much finished except for the heel, and I just did the heel today because I finally got back to it. I was like, I need to have some finished object for the podcast. But otherwise, I have really been working, unless I'm forgetting something, I've really been working almost exclusively on my sheep shuffle mitts. And just to refresh your memory, I'll show you the yarn cakes that I'm working with. They're just in the little bag that they came in currently. And let's see, all these cutie pies, all of these cute, beautiful yarns, a rainbow of cakes, and the main color is this. And my mom bought me a yarn baller for my birthday, which was last week. My birthday was last week. And yeah, we had a really fun time for my birthday. We went shopping together, and I got a whole bunch of jeans from the thrift store because all my pants were pregnancy sized and not fitting anymore. So now I have pants that don't fall down, which is very exciting. Adult life, right? So yeah, these are the mitts. Here's one completed. None of the tails are woven in. It's like a rainbow barf coming out the bottom. I knitted them once. I'll try to include pictures in editing. I knitted them one time on my on my ChowGoo red lace DPN, or not DPN, excuse me, circular needles, and I knitted them in size 3.25, which is what the pattern calls for. And I'm not very experienced with color work. This is only my 3rd color work project, and I can't do magic loop and color work very successfully yet. I had a really hard time keeping my tension correct, and the edges, like the 2 sides, were very bunchy and awkward and looked terrible. So I finished it, basically. I think it was almost completely finished. I hadn't done like the thumb tip or the last color maybe, and was just really unhappy with them. So I ripped those out and started again and did this. Of course, then I knitted up to here, but I had skipped this blue and done green. So then I had to rip that back. And then I've ripped it back so many times over like, yeah, just really dumb mistakes. I'm so good at those. Like, I don't know. I don't know what my deal is. I make a lot of really ridiculous mistakes, and it gets worse. I'll show you. So I finally completed one, and I'll show you the inside so you can see all the floats. It's so rainbowy. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty nice now that I've actually completed it. And all my beautiful tails. Yeah, so I just have a lot of weaving in to do. And there's my floats. So yeah, I'm happy with it, but and I started my 2nd one, and I knitted the 2nd one in like a day and a half because I had really gotten a lot of practice doing this sheep motif. And I was like, man, this is knitting up so fast and easy, and I can't believe how quick it is. And it felt like something wasn't quite right, but I couldn't put my finger on it, or actually more appropriately my thumb, because I had completely forgotten to knit the thumb gusset. And this is the thumb gusset in case you've never knit a mitt before. This lovely section. So it started, you know, you got 3 rounds of the sheep motif before you start the gusset, and I had completely forgotten it. So this whole section I was knitting away, like, I don't remember there being this big of a gap with nothing in it. Oh well, whatever, just keep knitting. And so I had gotten all the way to the red and had no thumb. And I was like, what? When I realized, I just was like mystified. Like, how can I do something so stupid? Like, oh my goodness. Yeah, wow, really ditzy move. So at the time I was like, I'm not gonna frog this thing again. I'm so frustrated. I'm just gonna knit the last row of sheep and make it a leg warmer for Felicity, and I'll just, you know, make a new one, which is really dumb in hindsight also, because then I would have had to knit 2 more complete mitts, because I would have had to knit a match for this and then knit a match for the leg warmer. So that's a ton of more sheeps. And I don't think that I mean, I might, but I may not have enough of this to do that. So I finished it, did the pink, bound it off, had this little thing, and I showed Felicity, and she was like, psh, not interested at all. I was like, but it's cute, Felicity, don't you like it? She wasn't interested. So I finally bit the bullet and ripped it out, and it is right here. I just ripped it out last night, back to where I need to be to start the thumb gusset. So, and then once I realized that I could preserve 3 rounds of sheep before I needed to start over, then I was also like, well, it's not that, it's only 5 more rounds of sheep. And had I not been so stubborn and knitted the pink row, it would have been even less work, but whatever. So it'll only take me an afternoon, whatever, I'll be fine. So yeah, I guess what I've been working on has been these guys over and over again, and I did that second sock because I think it was maybe that long when I last podcasted, but I don't remember now. So that's pretty much all I've done. It doesn't feel like a lot, but I guess to make up for it, I have a lot of stash enhancement, and it's so exciting because I didn't order any of this. And it's also, you know, my husband's very excited about that. But I had presents. It was so exciting. Actually, one of them isn't a present. I won a giveaway, which is crazy and amazing. And I enter so many giveaways. I apologize if you are my friend on Instagram, because I found a few people that I know don't mind being tagged, and I've started just tagging them. But anyway, this is my prize. This is a gorgeous project bag and yarn. And they were a collaboration between Terry Dow, and that is the dyer behind this beautiful pink yarn. I'll let you guys look more closely at it. And Bumpy Crafts made this adorable project bag. It is so cute. Here's their tag. And I am just very happy with both of them. Sorry about the kitty. And yeah, I was so excited to get them in the mail. In fact, they came, was it on I think it was the day before my birthday that they arrived. So that was really sweet and exciting to get a little present to myself that I just happened to win, which was wonderful. So I am definitely making Felicity something out of this. That was the most adorable thing ever. I opened this package with her in the mail, and she saw this yarn and went, oh. And she's almost 3, well, not really, yeah, almost 3, and she saw this yarn and just, oh, it's beautiful. And I was like, Mommy's gonna make you something. I was thinking I would make her like a little sweater or something, and I asked her, what do you want me to make with it? And she said, make me a shawl. I want a shawl. I think it's so funny that my little 2.5, 3-year-old is like, wants a shawl and is all into that idea. So I was like, okay, I can do that. I found a really beautiful pattern. I'll insert a photograph of what that looks like. It's a gorgeous lace shawl. So, and it's supposed to be, I mean, there's 2 versions, a smaller and a larger version. So I'm going to make the smaller version for Felicity, and hopefully it is a good size for her. And I'm really excited. I think that's going to be beautiful, and I can't wait to start that. This is a knit along, so I kind of want to finish it so that I make sure it's done in the time frame, and that's why I've been working so exclusively on it. But which probably is part of the reason that I keep messing up, because I'm like, oh, I want to get it done by a certain date. So which is silly because that date's still a little ways away. But anyway, I'm just gonna finish these. It'll only take an evening, and then I can start on this adorable shawl. I can't wait. And so that's one thing. Then the other amazing package, the cat's attacking me. You are really playful, that I got in the mail yesterday, which was a surprise, is a bunch of project bags from Jessica Ruth Knits, and she has a podcast that she's been doing for quite a lot longer than me, and she had been gifted a bunch of project bags by someone, and I guess just had a lot of extras, and so she was really kind and mailed them to me. She also included this gorgeous yarn, and I am just so excited about this. She had messaged me for my address and said she had project bags for me, but she didn't mention this amazingly beautiful soft yarn. I am so excited to knit this. It's so pretty and so soft, and once again, Felicity's in love with it. She was like, oh, I want that. Make a shawl. I was like, you can't, oh, you're not gonna even wear shawls that often because you're little. But yeah, it's just got all these beautiful, fun colors in it. I cannot wait to knit this, but I have no idea what I'm gonna make. So if you have any fun ideas that would look good with something like this, I am totally open to suggestions. It's so soft, and it is, 75-25 merino and nylon. So I could theoretically make socks, but I have a lot of sock yarn already. Oh, that's the other thing I was knitting on. I completely forgot. I will insert a picture. I have been working on just another tube sock. Oh, and I finished my sister's other socks. But anyways, I've been knitting just a tube to have something mindless to knit on, like I knitted on that in church last week, and just, yeah, anywhere I can't really concentrate, I've been knitting on that a little bit. But, so I don't really want to cast on another pair of socks because I already have that going, and I don't really need to have a million socks on at once. And I kind of, it's so soft, I don't really mind a rougher yarn on my feet, so I kind of want to use this really soft yarn for something else. Like, it's definitely could be against your neck. But I don't really want a white shawl because I'm gonna be honest, I wear this constantly, and just because I'm a cold person, and it's like the most practical thing ever, and it never gets blocked, so it kind of looks bad all the time. It's like curling. But also, I think Daisy has spit up on this, like, if we're being honest, Daisy has probably, yeah, she spit up on this. And I'm breastfeeding, so I'm sure there's, you know, some milk on it, honestly. It doesn't smell bad at all. It just, you know, isn't probably not the cleanest thing in the world. And it's dark, so it's not really noticeable. That's... I'm noticing an irregularity. Don't look at it. Anyways, so yeah, I think the white, I would be afraid it would show how gross and messy I am. So I'm thinking it will need to be something else. But there's not really enough of it to make, like, I don't know, a sweater or anything. And speaking of a sweater, I have that gray yarn for making a sweater. I found Life is Cozy I follow her on Instagram, and she has a sweater design coming out that she wants test knitters for. So I offered to do it. I don't know when that's going to be ready, but I'm hoping to be able to do that, assuming she remembers to contact me when that's, you know, comes up, or that I see it. But yeah, so that, it's a really beautiful design. So I'm excited to finally have a design picked, because I have gone back and forth so many times on what I'm going to make out of that yarn. And I don't really know how it's going to knit up in a sweater, so I might end up just, I don't know, maybe I'll over dye it if it looks weird, if the coloration looks weird. But, because it's not hand dyed or anything, I wouldn't feel guilty about changing it after the fact. Speaking of which, oh yeah, I am so all over the place, I'm sorry. That's just my personality. If you don't like it, you probably shouldn't watch my podcast. But, another thing, the project bags that I was showing you. Okay, so these are freaking adorable. They are just all so cute, and they're all like extremely perfect for me. Like, yeah, this person doesn't really know me, but she picked out ones that are so perfect. This has kitties, Naughty Gnome Crafts, and it has kitties and kittens, and I just love kitties and kittens, as you probably know. And so that, ooh, whoa, speaking of kitties and kittens, ooh, sorry, that was this guilty one. So yeah, that's adorable, and this is a good sized one. In here I have the shawl that I actually have not worked on at all. This is the Stormy Sky shawl, also by Life is Cozy. That also relates to my thought about over dyeing. I might, if I don't like the way that this wears when I'm done with it, I might over dye it with something a little darker to kind of tame the stripes a little. So that is in there. And I also bought some Chowgu needles in the correct size for this, because the reason I haven't knitted on it is I do not like the needles that I have for it. So anyways, this one is sheep, which, come on, how perfect is that? They're actually lambs. A homespun house, and it has a beautiful little leather tag. It might be faux leather, which is fine, and it's so cute. Oh my gosh, I just love this. It's so cute, and it's so soft and kind of plush. Oh, and I hope this is, I don't know if this matters which bag it came on, but there's an adorable progress keeper. Oh, let's see if I can get it to focus. It's a little house, and I don't have any progress keepers actually, other than the just plastic stitch markers. So I'm excited to use this. It's so pretty and cute. Yeah, so it came on one of the bags, so I don't know where it came from or who originally made it, but it's adorable. And this little cloud motif is so cute, and it has little stars and moons up here. And it comes with the wrist strap, which I really like. I really like to, well, that's on the wrong thing. I really like to take socks and things with me. So I'm definitely going to be putting that tube sock in here. So yeah, a little lined with that pink fabric. Really, really like these. I'm so happy with these, you guys. These are so cute. And finally, neon zippered sheep. This is also fabulous. I really love, I love sheep. I'm a sheep person. We had that sheep and goat in the house for eons, and my mom's all attached to the goat. And I'm still like, no, Mom, lambs are where it's at. They're the cutest. And I just like sheep's personalities. So it has this really nice leather toggle that's pretty and soft, and I love the bright zipper. I just love little details like that. What's that on here? I can't remember what it was about this one. This one had oh yeah. The details on this is the stitching. I don't think you can see it very well, but they're like flower stitches, which is really cute, little tulips. So there's really cute details in all of these bags. And I don't even know if the people who made those bags are still in business, but they're just really beautiful, and I'm really, really excited about them. So I just feel so fortunate, and yeah, that was so sweet of Jessica Ruth Knits to send me this package. So thank you, Jessica. That was so awesome. And yeah, I got home last night from visiting family, and I was just so excited. It's like Christmas. So, and all this stuff came like right around my birthday, so that was really fun and exciting also. Yeah, we're only at like 28 minutes now, so I don't have a ton else to talk about. Yeah, I got a new coffee mug because last time you guys saw my beautiful owl mug kind of died. It's still around. I'm still using it, but it's a little broken. This I picked up secondhand because that's how I do. This is stainless steel, and it has ceramic on the inside and a little plastic lid that just pops out. And it has a plastic handle so that my child is less likely to break it. So yeah, and it's fairly insulative, and I can take it in the car. So I'm pretty happy with this. I've been drinking a lot of coffee out of it. Probably too much coffee. That's probably why this video is so short. I'm gonna have to like half time it in editing so that I am not talking a million miles an hour. But yeah, so I guess that's pretty much it. I showed you guys this last week. I got my red lace kit or set, and I love it. And I also got a few of the what is the word? I don't know, attached kinds, not the interchangeable. So these are my 5.5s, and then I have, yeah, one. Oh, and I have, I am so out of sorts, but that's normal. So when I did this in Magic Loop initially, what ended up saving me and making the project not look terrible was, oh, I hope they're in here. Oh dear, I hope I didn't lose them. I was visiting family or in-laws last night, and well, it's just still family, and taking projects with me. Are they not in here? Oh no! My 9-inch circulars are missing. They're probably somewhere. My 9-inch circulars that I bought for socks, but I bought a size 2.75 for some reason. I hadn't really knitted very many socks at all yet, and so I didn't really know what to expect gauge-wise, and that ends up being just too large for my taste. So I really like the 2.25 millimeter, but those were perfect for, even though they're a 0.5 millimeter smaller than the size recommended because of my gauge, that was perfect for these. They just turned out so much less lumpy and terrible when I knitted them. And the 9-inch circular saved me the whole issue of the edges on the Magic Loop. So it just made it way easier to do the color work evenly on this. So very, very happy with that. I still did the Magic Loop on the cuff because these were done in the 2.25 millimeter size. So yes, that is how I did that. I forgot to finish that thought originally. So thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry that I shouldn't even apologize, because if you've watched me before, you know what I'm about. I'm about forgetting things and being unorganized. So yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate all of the sweet comments. Everyone is so kind, and I really just enjoy talking to all you guys and seeing, you know, other people's work on Instagram. I probably spend too much time looking at other people's beautiful knitting on Instagram. And yeah, I just really appreciate you guys. You are awesome. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Bye. I just had a really stupid realization. My 9-inch circulars that I was afraid that I lost, you know where they are? I actually found them immediately. In fact, I actually already showed them to you. They're right here. They're in my project. Yeah. What's wrong with my brain? Why? Having children, that's what does it to you. Don't bite my nose. You're so pretty. Oh, it's my little friend. Love you, kitty.